I think I've just gone the last hour not broadcasting live. Hi guys. If you're still in the chat, has anybody seen anything for the last hour? Because I've literally been talking for an hour. Please let me know if has nobody seen anything I've said over the last hour? Oh my god, fucking hell, man. Shit. So I've been talking for an hour to nobody. Oh my fucking days, man. Oh god. Oh my shitting days, man. I've literally been streaming live for the last since 12, talking to you guys, and you've been in the comments, and I thought you've been watching me, and you haven't even been watching me. You've just been talking amongst yourselves. Oh fucking hell, man! Oh, you, fair play. You're loyal to not fucking give up on me. Oh my fucking oh fucking hell. Dan, what's up, man? Chris, what's up? Oh my god, I've been talking for an hour to nobody. I thought you were reacting to my fucking comments. Oh fucking hell. I seen scheduled. I'm talking to the camera and I seen scheduled. And I thought I was asking you, I was asking the chat whether it's like it was about, right, so okay, this is a funny story. Yeah, it's a fucking funny story now. I look like a right prick. I'm talking, right, went live, well, I didn't go live. I went live at what I thought was live at midnight, my time, so like 7:15 UK EST. Start talking about this, that, and the other, but the chat's kind of like reacting, maybe not directly to me, but it kind of started. The chat came on board at the same time I was talking, so I didn't think anything of it. And then about half an hour into the stream, I notice in the board, the top left hand side of the camera, it says scheduled. I'm like, scheduled? Well, how can it be scheduled? People are in the chat now talking. So, because I didn't think that could, I mean, I was being a bit stupid, being a bit of a boomer. So I just didn't think anything of it first. I was just a StreamYard fuck up. And then 5 minutes later, I'm talking, and like the chat is not responding, not reacting to what I'm saying. It's like it's on its own thing. And I thought, okay, the chat's just having a discussion amongst themselves. So I didn't think anything of it. And then eventually it was like, I said, listen, react, am I going live? I'm actually live because I saw in the top right hand corner of StreamYard, it says go live. And I'm like, that's not right. So I'm saying, then I said, am I live? And then nobody replied. I was like, oh my God, I've just spent 45 minutes talking and nobody has heard a word I've said. It was a great stream, Chris. It was a great stream. Oh, fucking hell. Lorne's been and gone. Look, Lorne was in the chat. Lorne's probably thinking, what the fuck is he talking about? When's he going to go live? Um, okay, so we go back to square one. Okay. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. For people who spent the last 45 minutes just talking amongst yourselves, I much appreciate it. So going back to, yeah, so I'll go back to square one, because this was like quite a fucking really cool thing, which I thought everyone heard, but obviously no one heard. I was in Nick's stream, Lost River Driving, earlier tonight, but he was doing a live stream. And in the live chat, like John Campia turned up. John Campia, obviously, John Campia, like 300,000, 400,000 subscribers, leaves a super chat for Nick, and Nick's got like, about what, like 1.5, 2,000 subs. Small YouTuber by YouTube standards, not by my standards, obviously, and then, I just commented, "Oh, that's not him. That's just somebody else." And everyone was in the impression that it wasn't John Campia. And then it was John Campia. John Campia, massive YouTuber, was in Nick's live stream, just commenting, and he dropped like a $50 live stream, like super chat for like Nick. It's like, fucking hell, man. It's like, couldn't believe it. And like he was like just like totally shell shocked by it. You know what I mean? But I mean, just fucking hell, it just goes to show, doesn't it? Somebody like a massive YouTuber like John Campia, it's just like could be like scrolling through, small YouTubers, with like a couple of thousand subs, and could just turn up in anybody's, live chat. It's just fucking insane, man. Yeah, so everybody, if I don't like acknowledge it in the chat, it's because I acknowledged it an hour ago. I said hello an hour ago. I'm not gonna say hello again. Come on, I'm busy. I do appreciate you like still being there. Like obviously, for me, I can't believe I just spent 45 fucking minutes talking to nobody. Fucking hell, man. So anyway, I'll start. So basically, if this stream starts from scratch, I might have to just like edit out a few bits just so I can go to bed at a reasonable time. But yeah, very quick point about Stranger Things season 4. Stranger Things season 4. Anybody who's not watched it, anybody who's on the fence about it, Jamie, what's up? Oh my god, I can't. Somebody said, "Is Chris trolling me now?" Doesn't matter. Doesn't forget it. Anyway, Stranger Things season 4, better than season 3, better than season 2. The high points of season 4 are better than the high points of season 1, although I think season 1 is a better season on whole. But I do think those high points of season 4, push it just to like another level. And I just love season 4 to this point. The Max scene with Vecna and the explanation of who Vecna is, I think so good, so well done, so well told. I do think there's too many plot points just everywhere. I think it's a little bit too long. I think the episodes are too long. I think there's too much time with characters we don't really give a shit about. But when it reaches its high points, it really does reach those high points. So Strange Things season 4, fantastic so far. I'm going to fly through this now because I've done this already before to nobody. Obi-Wan Kenobi, episode 3 is just a what the fuck episode. 1 and 2 weren't terrible, although I wasn't massively fans of them. But episode 3 is just turning Obi-Wan into like a full like stupid like idiot who doesn't know what he's doing, making mistakes, calling Leia in front of a bunch of stormtroopers, which to me is just something that like Ben Kenobi, Alec Guinness would never do. I just didn't think that made any sense. The antagonist, Reva, who's just like, I mean, she's just like angry all the time, and I know she's going to get her. It's a spoiler alert, so I'm not going to go into spoilers, but I know that her character is going to get an arc, so to speak. But her character at the minute is just so annoying and so like aggressive all the time, and just like, I'm better than everyone, I'm smarter than everyone. They seem to be destroying canon with the franchise in terms of like Obi-Wan meeting Vader, in episode 3, and dueling when clearly in New Hope, when Obi-Wan meets Darth Vader, and Vader says, I was the last time we met, you were the master, I was the apprentice, or along those lines. They were clearly referencing New Hope. clearly referencing New Hope, and they've just completely whitewashed that now. So clearly now they met again after New Hope. Sorry, after Revenge of the Sith, before New Hope, which is just fucking stupid in my opinion. And of course, you've got the laser shield. Final point about Obi-Wan: the laser shield going across the fucking, you know, Obi-Wan. He wipes out like 5 Jedi, wipes like 5 stormtroopers with ease. But then he comes to like this battle station with like this laser barrier, and he just instantly sort of like gives in and just like, you know, gives himself up to these like stormtroopers, and they, you know, they tell him to get on the ground, but they don't tell him to like get rid of his lightsaber, not his lightsaber, his you know, fucking laser gun, whatever the fuck it is. So it's like, it's not the first thing you do if you've got like this dangerous wanted criminal who, well, if they think he's a dangerous wanted criminal, who knows? But wouldn't you make sure that the dangerous laser gun that he's holding in his hand, pointing right at you, was like out of sight? No, they just let him keep hold of it while he's facing the ground. And so he just wipes them out. And then, of course, you get the most ridiculous scene of the episode, which is like a laser, like some sort of laser sort of barrier that goes across to stop vehicles passing. He's killed everyone. There's there's no longer a threat to him and Leia. And he seemed like frantically trying to destroy this laser beam. You know, it's gonna block their path. But then when he destroys it, the camera like sort of pans out, and you can clearly see that he just walk around it. I mean, this is a laser beam, what, about like 7 meters wide, but the planet it's a planet. He's on an entire planet. Like, and there's nobody around for miles and miles. He can just walk around. He can just walk around. He can walk around like within like, oh, it's so dumb. It's just so, oh my god, man, it's just so strange. I do not understand where they're coming from with this Obi-Wan show. I want to like it, but it's doing so much dumb stuff that I don't know. I spent about 30 minutes on Obi-Wan when I was talking to nobody. Now I'm actually talking to somebody. I'm trying to like cut corners because, yeah, I just feel like, I'm like, what the fuck, man? I've spoken about this shit. I feel fucking angry that I got to talk about it again, but you know, it is what it is. But I'm going to get onto Scream 6, and now I'd only just began talking about this, so this is not something I've talked about already, so I feel good about talking about Scream 6. So Scream 6, obviously, everyone's aware, Neve Campbell has decided that, you know, they're not offering enough money. According to, I mean, I got this off Deadline. I think Deadline is quite a reliable source for like sort of, you know, news and entertainment and shit. But Neve Campbell, I'm kind of in two minds as to whether she's done the right thing. I don't know whether, I honestly do not know whether she has got the right to demand a bigger paycheck. I don't know what the paycheck is. If anybody knows what the paycheck is that she's been offered, you know, by all means, you know, put it in the chat, because it's hard for me. It's like, you know, just like a normal fella, you know, just earns, you know, like shit money. You know, what would Neve Campbell regard as unacceptable pay for a Scream sequel, and what would she accept as acceptable pay for a Scream sequel? Because I honestly don't know. I mean, and my question again is like, would be, does Scream need Neve Campbell more than Neve Campbell needs Scream? Because I personally think that she needs the franchise more than the franchise needs her. That's just my opinion. I don't know of a single, with the exception of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, I can't think of a single horror franchise where they need one person more than that person needs the franchise. I think with Nightmare on Elm Street, I think Freddy Krueger kind of proved the point with that fucking god awful remake. But Friday the 13th doesn't need anybody apart from a man in a hockey mask. Halloween, Jamie Lee Curtis is a plus, but she's not an all-inclusive. She's not like an utter requirement, because she wasn't in 3, 4, 5, 6, and they weren't okay. They weren't the massive success that they could have been, but at the end of the day, people resonate more towards Michael than they do to Jamie. Laurie, it's just a fact. And 30 years from now, if there's a Halloween movie, it's going to be Michael Myers. It's not going to be Jamie Lee Curtis. So, it's with Nightmare on Elm Street. I honestly do think that Nightmare on Elm Street is possibly impossible to keep on doing. I think Robert Englund is just irreplaceable, and I think you can try and get replacements, and they're going to be a disaster. And Nightmare on Elm Street will just die a death. But I think 30 years from now, we're still going to be getting Nightmare on Elm Street. Sorry, I think we're still going to be getting Halloween movies, and we're still going to be getting Friday the 13th movies. I hope so. As long as DF hasn't gone to shit. But in terms of Scream, I do think, it's as important as Neve Campbell is to the franchise. I do think she's overplaying her role a little bit. I don't mean to diminish her role in. She's been in all 5 films. Don't get me wrong, but the franchise can move forward without her. It's going to move forward with David Arquette. Courtney Cox is, pushing 60 now. I think, she might be around for the next one. But if they're going to go down the route of a Scream 7, okay, that could be the end of it. But you do know, obviously, I mean, Neve Campbell must be aware they're not going to leave this franchise alone after Scream 7 if they do end up doing a Scream 7. It's going to go down the route of the remake, the requel, the prequel, the fucking reboot, whatever you want to call it. They're going to go down that route, and Neve Campbell is going to have no part in that. So eventually, there's going to be a Scream movie about Neve Campbell, and it's just a case of at what point do they want to let her go. But I think, personally, I think they hold all the cards. I mean, what is Scream? Is Neve Campbell doing anything like particularly big at the minute? She's not Tom Cruise. She's not Meryl Streep. She's a B-level actress at best. I mean, and I don't mean to take anything away from her. I love what she's done for the Scream franchise, but she is not a A-list movie star. So, a lot of the money that movie made, I think she's kind of like saying, well, I'm responsible for like X amount of that box office. My opinion would be no, Ghostface is responsible for X amount of that box office. It's Ghostface that has brought people in. Ghostface that's put bums on seats. And you've been part of it, but I wouldn't say you were the not sole, but I wouldn't say you were the main reason why. I would say you were a secondary reason after Ghostface. But that's just my opinion. Sean's in the chat. Let's just go back to the chat actually, because I think I've ranted enough about Scream 5. She wants us Big T. I mean, I don't disagree. Big T. I just think that it's one of them. It's like, it's, if she gets the big payday, I'm all for that. Fair play to it. But what I'm saying, what I mean is, it's like, is she the sole reason that Scream 6 is going to be a box office success? I mean, if I was holding the purse strings, I would be thinking, you know what? We've got Gail, we've got Courtney Cox, it's enough. And we're bringing Hayden Panettiere I can't say his surname. Hayden Panettiere. You know, she's coming back. You know, it's like, do we really need Neve Campbell? You know, on that major paycheck. I'm not entirely sure we do. Sean says Sydney has to be in Scream. I don't. This is the thing. I don't disagree, but as I say, if she is demanding X amount of money, then they've got to make a business decision. Dan says, I think Scream needs to move on from the legacy characters now. I mean, they're moving away slowly. I think they killed off, obviously, David Arquette, you know, Dewey. Obviously, Gail's going to be around for part 6. She'll probably be around for part 7 by all accounts. But look, if they're going to do, if Scream 7's a thing, it's going to happen directly after 6 to a point. So if Gail, you know, Courtney Cox is going to appear in 6, it's pretty much bang on. She's going to appear in 7. I think that's the issue with Neve Campbell. Is I don't think they want it for just Scream 6. I think they want it for Scream 7 as well. I didn't even know Scream 7 was a thing, but apparently it is. So they've obviously got this 5, 6, 7 trilogy in mind. Maybe that's Neve Campbell's concern, she doesn't want to tie herself down to like this and another film after that. But I mean, did they have Scream 7 in mind before the success of Scream 5? Or is, you know, the box office success of 5 was just like, right, we're going to do 6. Do you know what? We're just going to do 7 as well because this has made a lot of money, and we're just going to go for a third film, even though we've got no idea what we're going to do with the plot, with who was going to be in it. You know, it's just one of those things. I mean, it could just be greed from. Who's actually owns the rights to Scream now? Is it still Weinstein's company? Obviously not like Harvey's because he's like, you know, banged up. But like, is it Bob Weinstein? Is he still in control of the Scream franchise? Chris says, I hope it doesn't mess up the plan. It's a good cozy trilogy with no bullshit causing rewrites. Well, it looks like they're already frantically rewriting things as we speak, apparently. But I mean, Bigsy says, damn, reboot within the franchise instead. Starting from scratch, not bad at all. Sean says, who wants to be at Halloween 5 or 6? Chris says, if they plan to bring Stu back, yeah, make good sense. I mean, yeah, you could bring back Stu. You couldn't bring back Billy, obviously, to be shot in the head. Stu wasn't shot in the head, was he? I forget. Bixie says it wouldn't be the first thing to kill Neve. I don't think they'd kill Neve off. I think that would just be too. I don't think they'd have the guts to do that because I just think too many people have been invested in the character for too many years. And they certainly wouldn't do it off screen. They wouldn't do it as like, oh, yeah, you know, she's dead. They'd never do it like that. If we're going to kill it off, it'd have to be on screen. She says, not a good option. I agree, Chris. I've really kept the new rumours. Didn't do anything. Sydney's a good cat. She's great. I mean, I won't argue. Sydney's a fantastic final girl. You know, certainly over the years she's been like, you know, in terms of like if you were going to do a countdown of like the greatest final girls of all time, Sydney's going to be right up there. But I just think, you know, it's like final girl. I mean, final woman now. I mean, she's nearly 50. You know, let's look at realistically. She's a middle-aged woman now. So final girl isn't even the right description. I mean, Laurie's like final old woman, more or less, to this point. I mean, Jesus Christ, even Halloween Ends. I mean, Andy Matichik, she's not even like, she's about 30. She's like, she's getting on. I don't know if she's still going to be playing the high school girl, but like, she is not in any way, shape, or form anything like, a high school girl. She's like a grown woman, like you was approaching, like, 31, 32. It's just the American way of movies, I suppose. Just yeah. Well, she's 16, she's 17, she's 18. Yeah, she's 34. Would piss off the fans. It would. Anthony says, I preferred legacy characters, new and giving kids. Um, I understand. I mean, it is what it is. It's like, if you grow up with something, I grew up with the Scream. I wouldn't say I didn't even grow up with the Scream films. I was 20 when Scream came out, 19. So not even growing up. I mean, I was already grown, an adult, but still growing, I suppose, in terms of horror movies, in terms of like getting into movies. I suppose growing up in that respect, you know what I mean? It's like, so Scream 2 it came at a time, like a really important time in my life, in terms of like, I suppose anybody who's like 19, 20, that time of their life means something, and to be that age in the late 90s, anybody who's that age at that time will know what I'm talking about. It was a special time. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. And I do think it was. I mean, people will probably, who are like 18, 19 now, will look back in 20 years' time and go, "Oh, it was a special time. It was a special time in the early 2020s," and I'll be thinking, "No, it was shit." But they will be right in what they say, because for them it was a special time. For me, the early 2020s will be like, no, wasn't that great. But I was just a middle-aged man then. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the late 90s, the late 80s to the late 90s, in terms of like growing up, it's just anybody who was there, they know how good it was. And it was fucking better then. I'm sorry, it fucking was. Just give me something that's better now than was better then. And don't take the internet, because the internet, okay, without the internet, I would not be connecting with you guys. I understand that's great. I appreciate it. But I really, really appreciate growing up without this. I really do, because this is better not being operated by kids. Social media is better not being operated by kids. So I will stick by that. So I know most of you guys are all like older guys anyway, and older women, ladies. So you're probably on board with what I say. But this Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok generation, it's not great for like 10-year-olds. I'm just going to say it's probably not doing them a lot of good, but it's fine for us because we can deal with it. But yeah, take them back out of this. Get rid of TikTok, get rid of Facebook, get rid of Twitter, get rid of all that shit, and just get them on home. Get them a video player and just show them Friday the 13th, 1 to 8 on a loop. That'll put them straight. I'd be happy with that. Sorry. Dan says, when does season 2 debut for Chucky? I don't know, Dan. Maybe someone in the chat. I was under the impression that it was towards the end of this year. I do think they wanted to strike while the iron's hot. And I think they were looking to get towards the end of this year, because, I mean, I think season 1 ended middle of last year, did it? But I know they were looking to, like, I'm sure they were looking to, like, get season 2 out quite quickly. I mean, it can't take much to record. I mean, Chucky season 1, it didn't look like it took much, in terms of like budget and shit. So, and it was just, I mean, the show was a success. I'm assuming it's a success. I mean, God, the show is a success online. I mean, amongst those guys, you know what I mean? You know, if you take our community and amplify that across the internet, and then like just again to just like normies, it must have been a fucking, it must have done decent numbers. Um, if only, Mike. Yeah, if only. Big T said, if I was to write the next season, it would go as followed. As followed. Okay, Big T. Waiting for the as followed bit. Dan says probably Halloween. Yeah, it probably will drop sometime in October, maybe. Okay, Big T. They use next season to continue the story of last season, obviously, but also bring to Chucky's attention that they're making a movie about him. So because I'm working on. That's interesting. Like go ultra meta, because like Chucky's always been quite meta. You know what I mean? The whole Chucky franchise, you know, the movies, they've always been quite sort of like nod. There's always been a nod to the real world, and that could work. But I don't know with season two. I don't know. I mean, I just if they're gonna start going down, if they're gonna bring more like legacy characters in from like the later films, which I've never seen, I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna be scratching my head thinking, who the fuck are these people? Because I checked out after Child's Play 3, and I kind of I'm vaguely aware of the characters after that, but obviously with Bride and Seed and shit. But I just I just gave up after that. I wasn't interested. But as I say, the TV show did it. I watched the remake, the Child's Play remake, which was okay, but the TV show was enjoyable, and I'm definitely down for like season two. Um, where was going to go next? Oh yeah. Okay, so Predator has got a trailer dropped today for Predator. Um, what's it called? Prey, Predator 5. Um, went over to Bloody Disgusting, the comment section. Oh, they love it. They think it looks amazing. Think it looks fantastic. I think it looks like a piece of shit. I'm not gonna lie. I think Predator 5, Prey, looks like a fucking piece of shit. I've got no interest in this film. I don't understand why, you know, it's set in the 1700s, but they've got American accents. I'm nitpicking now. Okay, like I'm not American, but I'm pretty sure in the 1700s, Native Americans didn't speak with American accents. Could you not like at least try to do something with the accents? I mean, do something. I mean, it's just like it's set in America. So if a film was set in Britain, England, whatever, and the accents were completely off, I'd be like, yeah, that sounds a bit stupid. So that's an issue. I'm not quite sure how a bunch of Native Americans with, ancient technology are gonna like defeat a predator when Arnie and his bunch of fucking like ultra badass fucking marine guys were basically wiped out by just one of them, and only Arnie survived. I mean, I don't quite sure how that's gonna work. It just looks a bit boring as well. It looks a bit woke as well. I'm not gonna lie, it looks woke as fuck. It really does. It's like the female character. It's like I'm gonna prove to you that I can hunt. It's like, why do you need to like explain that at the beginning of the trailer? Just let the woman be a strong character. Why do you have to show her being, subservient to the male characters? Why does just let her be a strong character? You know, I don't get it. It's like fucking pops no notification notifications fucking popping up left, right, and centre. Sorry. So yeah, I don't like. Why does every film now? Why does a Predator film have to be like woke as fuck? It's a just do a Predator movie. I'm sorry. I don't want to rant, but this doesn't look appealing to me, and it's going straight to Hulu as well. So if they got no, who's releasing this movie? Have they got no faith in this film? Why are these big franchise movies going directly to streaming? I don't get it. It's like this is a Predator film. This is the fifth Predator movie. You know, the Predator, the last one went to cinema. Predators went to the movie. Obviously, Predator 2 did. Predator, the OG, obviously went to the cinema. Okay, this is long before streaming, but why is this movie going straight to streaming? Why isn't it going to cinema? I don't understand. It's like I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Is it because it's shit? Maybe, I don't know. But if this film is a success, then shoot me down. I'll be proven wrong. But I confidently predict that this film is going to be a pile of shite. It's not going to be a success in any way. Nobody wants to see a Predator film with just like, oh, this is gonna sound bad. It's gonna sound bad. We just want a Predator movie with big fuck off alpha males taking down a Predator. That's it. That's my opinion. That's what makes money. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But there's a reason why the original Predator is one of the greatest action movies of all time. It's because it's a bunch of big fuck off alpha males with massive fucking muscles taking down a fucking alien from another planet. There's no social messaging. There's no, you know, hidden agendas. It's just what it is. It's big fuck off blokes going after an alien and fucking wiping the fuck out. And that's it. Yeah. But strong female lead though. Yeah. Yeah, Chris. Strong female lead. Strong female lead. And she will be stronger than all the males. And she will mansplain to all these males. In 1700s Native American culture, she will mansplain to all these males how she's more powerful than them all. Because that would happen in real life. Like, if you were to go back to the 1800s, 1700s, in a Native American settlement, of course, all the men would just accept that this woman would just, like, mansplain to them and she's going to take out the predator. And they're just going to stand back and watch. And look, I've got an issue with it. If this, I've not got an issue with strong female representation. We've all said that I grew up with movies with strong female representation, but when I was growing up, it wasn't forced down your throats. It just was. It was never a thing. They just were strong women. Now it feels like it's like, this is a strong woman. I will bash you over the fucking head with this strong woman until you understand, you fucking bigot, that this is a strong woman. And I'm like, yeah, I understand. I grew up with strong women characters in movies and TV shows. Always did. Do you know what I mean? I used to watch Cagney and Lacey as a kid in the 80s, two strong female cops. Do you know? Never thought, oh, there's two strong female characters. I just thought, there's a couple of women here, cops, good for them. Ripley, aliens, badass female. She's just a strong woman. Never thought she's a strong woman. She's just a person who kicks fucking ass. Linda Hamilton, Sarah Connor, just someone who kicks ass. I didn't think, isn't she a strong woman? I just thought, she's the badass. I never thought anything. But now it's just like, it's like, oh, you're a bigot if you don't like this. You're a bigot if you don't like that. You'd be like, it's like, fuck off, man. Ah, fucking hell. Dan says it's going to end with cutting the Predator's dick off with Tom Hawk kicking off with stopping one liner. Oh my god. You know that the best thing about best thing about Predator, the original movie, Dan, is Billy. Billy's character. Just the reason that film is so iconic is like everybody's kind of got their own like like little foibles. Is that the right word to use that in America? Everyone's got their own little sort of like things about what makes them who they are in that film. Everybody's unique, and like Billy, the best thing about Billy's character is, and when he walks off at the end and he faces the Predator and it just cuts away, he just drops his guns because he's like he's either Mexican, is he Native American or is he Mexican? He's not, he's not a white guy, so he's kind of like he kind of like is tied to the land, much the way the Native Americans are. You can tell that he's tied to the land. I don't know if he's Native American or he's Mexican or what, but when he just stands on the bridge and he just drops his guns and he just gets his knife out because this is basically, he doesn't believe that it's right to use a gun against this. It's like mano a mano, man against creature, and he just throws the guns away. It's like this. No, I'm not going to use a gun against this. Whatever this is, it's a blade against this. And obviously, he just gets completely fucking destroyed. But I love that. The way they frame that in that movie. We're not going to get anything like this in this fucking Predator film. We're not going to get anything remotely. We're not going to get anything as subtle as that. We're going to get a bunch of fucking messaging banging you on the head. I'm pretty sure there's some British people come over in this film. I think they're going to be like the evil white guys who are going to be like, just there to just be speaking ever so poshly, ever so well spoken, and just like be very, 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 very evil. Just be just there, just fucking like for the audience to hate. And it's like, fucking hell, man. Yeah, we don't need. If I'm wrong, prove me wrong. I'll come back in 6 months' time, and I guarantee the film will be exactly like this. We don't need another fucking Predator film. We had the perfect Predator film, Predator 1. Predator 2 was okay. Yeah, it was decent, But we just don't fucking need this shit, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. People are perfectly free to disagree, but if this film ends up being better than, okay, it could possibly be better than 4. It could possibly be better than 3. If it's better than the first, well, it's not going to be better than 1. That's impossible. If it's better than 2, I would. No, I can't. I just can't see it in any shape or form. But yeah, I'm just done with the Predator franchise. It's another franchise they're just trying to grab hold of and just turn into something it's not. I mean, fucking hell, man. Why did we love Predator 1? Why did we love that film? What is it about that film we love? As a kid growing up, why did you, anybody here watching this now? You guys, Dan, Chris, I'm sure you're like just like, and you're of an age where you grew up watching a movie like Predator. Why did you like Predator? You liked it because it was fucking big guns, big fucking fellas, damsel in distress, and a big fucking alien. That's it. That's why you like that movie. Plus, it's got a great setting. It's got great soundtrack. It's well directed. Okay, but if you take a few of those elements out of that movie, like big fuck off fellas with big muscles, big guns, and a damsel in distress, you're gonna take something away from that film. It could work, but I await the reviews. and I'm sure Rotten Tomatoes will love this film. I'm sure they'll give it 100%, and the score from the average man on the street will be like 40. So we will see. So I've only been streaming 45 minutes, but I've actually been streaming for an hour and a half. So this is going to be a slightly shorter stream because I flew through one of them. I would have taken longer to discuss what I wanted to talk about, but because I'm like, I spent 45 minutes talking to nobody, which I still can't believe I've done. I've just flew through a lot of stuff, but so I do apologise if I'm cutting this short, but I mean, it's fucking hell, man. It's like 1:45 in the UK. Give me a break. Let's just go through the chat before I do head off. Chris says, I don't think she's doing it successful or even needs to be there, but if they wrote her in and now have to scramble her right out, we'll probably hear the story. That obviously you sort of want Neve Campbell there. Yeah, because obviously there is talk that they have started to write the script and now they're having to like rewrite all this shit. Well, why did you start to write the script before you knew she was nailed on for the role? Which seems a little bit strange. That just seems like a dumb move. Big T says these legacy characters can't be in their 50s and 60s still running away from Ghostface. That's a good point. Halloween is currently learning the side effects of legacy characters. Well, I mean, the problem with the new Halloween trilogy, but obviously which is on now, is like they're using a legacy character, Michael Myers. Obviously, he's a legacy character, and he is like mid-60s, and they've got to give off the impression he's running around here, there, and everywhere, which is obviously it's tricky, because he is supernatural, but he is meant to be human. Although they have kind of like gone against that a little bit with Kills, so he's back to being supernatural again. But he's still in his mid-60s, and he's still, getting here, there, and everywhere. So it is a little bit silly. Big T says, definitely a lot Paramount could do. I wouldn't be offended getting another Scream television series, but keep it more faithful to the franchise instead of that monstrosity on MTV. I've never watched that TV show. No interest in either. Chris, I liked the first season of Scream, the TV show. The mask always put me off. Like the mask was a bit weird looking. Like the mask was just like a little bit. It was nothing. They didn't have the rights to like the mask for the film. Chris says the second season sucked though. Big T says, I think what took me out of it was the costume design for Ghostface. They should have just stayed with the iconic one. Why didn't they? Is it because they just didn't have the money to pay for it? I don't know. Big T says, if these next seasons can start last season, obviously, will bring going talk about child play now. Also bring Chucky to attention that they're making a movie about it. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned that before. First thing they could have done was try to reboot Child's Play. It was absolutely unnecessary to get the original franchise and then to make a new one. I mean, the Child's Play franchise is, before Scream, it's probably like the longest franchise where they just had a continuous run of like the plot, because it kind of went from Child's Play 1 in 88 to, was it Curse? What was the last? What was the Child's Play movie before the reboot? Was it Curse of Chucky? Was it like something like that? It was like it went a good 25 years, I think, of just continuous sequels, which is something that Scream has done now. But most horror franchises, like they don't usually go that long. They usually like go to a point and then they do reboots or something. Scream is like taking it to like the next level, because Scream obviously is we're going to get a Scream 7 by the looks of it, which is going to come out when 2024, maybe 2025. You're going to be talking 30 years, almost 28 years from the original film. Most horror franchises do end after a certain point and then go down the reboot route, remake route, requel, you name it. So, Scream could set a new record for that. Big T says, "What the kills, but he goes, don't fuck with the show." Big T says, "Much I love Moses with each would kill or harm in the show." Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind Mark Hamill being killed. Mark Hamill's just annoying. There's a saying, never meet your heroes in, face to face. I think there's another saying, never meet your heroes on Twitter, because Mark Hamill on Twitter is just a fucking prick. He's so annoying. That's why I don't follow him. he's just annoying on Twitter, for fucking hell. Definitely a night at home stream movie. Chris says stream seems to be a wasteland for it. Isn't something? Yeah, you're definitely right there, Chris. Anything that's like just slightly below top tier, just goes to streaming. And even Halloween Kills was like on Peacock the night of release, which is just insane to me. That's just insane. Halloween Kills, Halloween 2018 did like amazing money at the box office, and then you're gonna drop Halloween Kills on streaming the night of the film. It was the night of the film, wasn't it? Am I imagining things? They dropped it on Peacock the very night of release. I'm sure I'm right when I'm saying that. Anthony says, hoping the Black Phone will be good. When does that drop? Because I'm looking forward. I probably will go to the cinema to see Black Phone. Dan says it's going to end by cutting the person. Oh yeah, I've said that. Jonathan's in the chat. My favourite Brit, Mike. What's up, John? What's up, man? I see you on board. You turned up quite late, man. Because if you missed the beginning, I spent like an hour live streaming to nobody because I didn't go live like a stupid bastard. I can't believe I did that. Chris says, I have mad respect for Mancini. Straight Sam doesn't give a fuck if you like it or not. Oh, Jonathan's just jumped in. Oh, that's good. Chucky franchise definitely underrated. Yeah, I think it's underrated underrated, overrated. I mean, there's a bad batch of that in the middle with the Chucky franchise. Anything after 3. I mean, 3's not great, but then you got Bride up to like Curse on. Say I've not watched. So who am I to say? But people who've watched the franchise, I think it's Seed, where people say Seed the Chucky is just like almost unwatchable. I mean, I'm definitely on board with season 2 now of Chucky. Definitely on board. It happens, lol. So it was like change. Things got more expensive. Yeah. Gas, petrol, as you call it. Well, petrol, gas, as you call it, is now just fucking insanely expensive. So I basically can't fill the car up anymore because it just cost a fucking fortune. Food's just gone up. Food costs are just fucking insane now. So yeah, it's probably pretty much the same as you guys in the US. It is what it is. I don't know. I don't know how much of that is directly connected to the war in Ukraine. I mean, it's probably not even. You know what? If Houston had never even invaded, it'd probably still be the same shit going on anyway. But I don't know. But yeah, anyway, I feel really bad now because Jonathan's just jumped on. But I'm actually gonna have to wrap things up now because it is. I would have gone for another hour, but an hour ago should have been like 1 o'clock, 1 a.m. And because I spent an hour just live streaming to nobody, it's now 2 a.m. and I really need to go to bed. So, um, yeah, I do apologize, guys, for like the 45 minutes of me rambling to nobody, which I don't even know why I'm apologizing because you didn't even see it. But yeah, this should have been a longer stream, obviously. And I should have gone live at 12:15. But for everybody who's just jumped in, let's see. Oh, yeah, Jonathan. I'll just quickly stay on the chat a little bit longer. Spent almost $500 at the grocery this weekend. I don't know how much longer we can all do this. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I feel you, man. It's fucking stupid. Yeah, food's getting expensive. Fucking too right, man. Do you guys have, before I go, like because like what I do is, because I work in retail, so because I'm like a manager in like a retail store, like a British Walmart. So what we do is, food. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have it the same way. Food going out of date on that day, you sticker it. You like give it like a reduction, so it's cheaper to buy because it's just going to go in the bin. So in the store I work in, after a certain time of the day, if you work there, you can you can get it for nothing. So basically, it's like, if you've got a card like a discount card, like a store discount card, when you go to a till, you scan it, recognizes you as working there, and then if it's after a certain time of the night, anything with like that reduced sticker on, you can just get it for nothing. So I have had so much food for free. Like, this is like a new format they brought in like 12 months ago. So it's like, the amount of free food I've had over the last like 12 months or so is just like, it's just like crazy. It's a good way of like, food not going to waste as well, because obviously nobody wants to see food going in the bin if it's just because it's got that day's date on. But I imagine, Walmart does a similar sort of thing, where they just reduce food, going out of date. And I imagine, like, I don't know if, like, you guys must have the same sort of shit going on in America, where, because in the UK, round about like 7 p.m., 8 p.m., when they start marking down all the food, you get like crowds gathering and they fucking fight for that shit. People film it and put it on YouTube. It's just like people just like going crazy, just like dragging each other out the way, trying to get the best stuff. If there's like a steak, go for like a pound, or like something decent. People will fucking fight to the death over that stuff. So I can only imagine. I mean, I've seen your Black Friday videos, so I can only imagine what your like your 8 p.m. Markdown food Walmart videos are like. I bet they're fucking insane. Big Trucker says no free food, but my work pays for my personal gas. Well, I'd rather take that. I would definitely rather take that. Big Truck. Chris says, I remember the Walmart deli used to throw away enough food to feed a couple of families every night when I worked there. Yeah, it's not. It's wrong. You shouldn't be throwing away good food, man. There's a good reel right now, Crack Rock. John says, I'll always buy the markdowns. It's the way to go in this day and age. It's the way to go. If it's got a sticker on, reduced, just fucking go for that shit. Right, I'm going to pack things up now, guys. Thank you for jumping on. People who were in the live chat when I wasn't broadcasting live, and you just like wondering where the hell I was, and I thought you were in the live chat. Big respect. The fact that you just like go away and just like fuck off and like go to bed or just go and do something else. I much appreciate it. So all you guys who were in that live chat, I think Dan, I think you were in there. I think Chris and all that, you guys were there. Yeah. Now you understand why I didn't reply to any of your comments. But yeah, I've been going for an hour now, guys. Officially, 2 hours unofficially. But I will see you guys next Tuesday for another live stream. Hopefully, I will remember to go live next time. So, see you guys later. Good night. Bye.